Hey there, everybody. Don't adjust your computer, your tablet, your cell phone, your anything you're watching me on. It is I, David Mason. You are watching a little bit of a hype video for tomorrow night. All new, brand spanking live OTPH show. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about those coworkers that are memorable for all the right and wrong reasons. In our show, we are properly titling, You Ever Have a Coworker That, or something like that. We're going to be talking about coworkers that are the good, the bad, the ugly, the ass kisser, the people that make you wonder, the people that make you try to figure out how in the world they got that job in the first place. Absolutely red hot. The holy hell are you, my man? I am over caffeinated this late at night. It is gonna be fun. But we're gonna talk about our coworkers tomorrow. 'Cause quite frankly, quite bluntly, I work with a bunch of people that you just stand there and you stare into the abyss, going, they'll just hire anybody these days, won't they? They're that desperate for work. I work in a factory setting. We have to know things like how to read blueprints, how to read tape measures, understanding how fractions work and stuff like that. And I work with people who just don't know how to do that. And I'm like, but it's a hiring requirement. But I'm also going to do a little bit of a shameless plug because, Dave's Logo Design and Apparel has been all out running, and running because it's bowling season and bowling jerseys are all the rage, like this simplified bowling pro shop jerseys that I just absolutely love the design. They just really scream. Hey, you are absolutely right, Red. I could not have even said it better myself. You're going to become one of my unpaid interns. You know that? No, but it is a great. Well, I wouldn't. We believe it. Scott will be here. Scott is going to be back for the foreseeable future. So bonus. But we're going to be also talking tomorrow night. Not only that, the Democratic National Convention has been going on this week, and I didn't know that legally somebody who got no votes by anybody could suddenly become a presidential nominee. But hey, here we are. But we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow night. We're gonna be talking about those great coworkers in our lives that just make you scratch your head and wondering what the fuck the company was thinking about when they hired them. I'm gonna tell some stories about coworkers that I've come across the past and how I have witnessed people screwing up a black coffee. If anybody wants to help me with that one, you're more than entitled to do so. I'm gonna also update you on how everything's going across the Bowling Squirrel network because my fall league is getting into full swing. So we're gonna start seeing a lot more of me streaming from my fall league as my team, the Dave's Logo Design Strike Force Delta, will be hitting the lanes and we will be having a grand old time because I have one hell of a lineup. I can't thank my guys enough. And for those of you who are watching on my personal Facebook channel, we're talking about Lester Clark. No, they didn't burn the coffee, Red. They added cream and sugar to a black coffee. And I went, that's not how it goes. So, talking about the DLD, Dave's Logo Design Strike Force Delta team, it's myself, Aaron Willis, Nate Murray. We also got Milton Rock, AJ Ram, Eric Aguila, Lester Clark, and Tony Carter. Uh, Real great bowlers. This is one of the most highly skilled teams that I ever fielded in this one. This is one of the most competitive leagues in the house that I have, that I've ever been a part of, and that my bowling alley puts on. There's like 4 or 5 really competitive nights a week, but this Friday night league is one of the most competitive ones, and I love bowling it because it really shows the kind of talent that's out there in the world of bowling. So we're going to be streaming from that, from the Bowling Squirrel channel, and who knows, I may throw some up here on the OTPH show, so you guys can see how that goes accordingly every single week. Because I love streaming for you guys. We're also going to talk about that one coworker that I had that actually messed up a McChicken so bad because they forgot the actual chicken part. We're going to talk about coworkers who go into the job thinking they're going to rule the world and get fired 3 hours later because they're dying after carrying cases of light bulbs. Yeah, we're going to have fun. Scott's going to have some stories too, I know, because even though he doesn't know what's going on yet, going to be fun. Gonna hopefully, and I don't mean to steer it away from all the politics stuff, but Lord knows that's what is really dominating the headline. But maybe we could have a show for once where we don't bash Kamala Harris for the fact that she's quite possibly one of the dumbest human beings on the planet Earth. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I may be wrong. Recharge. No, we're gonna also I want to take a minute, guys, and on every show, I really do want to keep thanking you guys for showing up every week, being the core group of people that have absolutely made the show so much fun, so much entertainment to allow everything that we want to do here from standpoint of Scott and myself and other avenues. We want to. I can't thank you guys enough. This has been a fun ride. And no matter which way no matter what happens, you guys are 80% of this show, and we absolutely love having you guys around. With that being said, I'm going to stop hemming and hawing because holy cow, I hate when that happens. And oh, there we go again. Even at work, we have a counter that we do when the safety lady is talking to us about safety protocols and stuff like that that we need to know. We count how many times she says the word. Her personal best is 145 in about 55 minutes. So yeah, we have fun with that one. Oh, excuse me. But guys, I'm literally like every week when it comes down to planning out these shows, the only thing I can think of is what is everybody gonna like to watch and how are we gonna make that happen? And it's easy because you guys are not very hard to please. I can tell you that much. But that's a compliment to you guys. That a a very very big compliment because there's no. I don't have to sweat it out. I don't have to try to figure out. Oh crap! Here we go. What do they want to hear? I just know that once I set up the show, you guys are gonna like it too. And I've been I love it because I also get a lot of pop-ups and stuff that happen, and I'm telling you now, and I'm gonna be very, very, very honest with you. Oh my god. Enough said. The problem I have, too, with what's going on politically, again, and it just stems from my personal belief that all politicians suck, and that we're heading for a civil war based upon which side of the aisle you're on, because apparently meeting in the middle is a really bad thing in this country, and I'm flabbergasted every day that I sit here and I have to listen to people berate one candidate or the other. Listen, I'm no political expert by any stretch of my imagination, and I got a pretty warped one. But it's also like, come on, people, first and foremost, okay? Everybody has the right to their opinion. It may not be correct, but they have the right to have it. They have the right to be able to have it without anybody chastising them or making fun of them. Look, everybody makes mistakes. People voted for Joe Biden in this last election. We're not going to hold it against them. I mean, we ask them questions and they'll never have an answer for it. But listen, Donald Trump, all right, in my personal opinion, as a 44-year-old male or a 44-year-old American, I don't care, male or female, it doesn't matter. But I compare 4 years ago to the past 4 years. Past 4 years, my rent has gone up, the cost of driving has gone up, but not much in terms of wages. And okay, yeah, and I got a report from Forbes that'll destroy anybody who believes that Biden was better for the economy than was Trump. Because no, there's not even a contest on that page. But when you sit back and you really think about what this country was 4 years ago, what the world was just 4 years ago. Let's talk about the world, what it was 4 years ago. Because what the world was 4 years ago under President Trump was peaceful. See, under Obama, Russia annexed Crimea. Under Biden, they invaded Ukraine. Under Trump, there was not a single war being fought at all. And one of the largest peace accords in the Middle East, which included Israel and Gaza, was filed and was being adhered to until Trump was out of office. And the sad truth is, you guys wanted weaker leadership because he tweeted mean things and the media told you not to like him. When you talk to anybody who has a different opinion of said matter, they never, ever repeat anything that the media had not had. When you talk to the ultra liberals and the ultra conservatives, those people that are so far away that even people in their party are going, whoa, back up, this ain't right. But the saddest of all the truth that I can tell you is that, people like Donald Trump, yes, okay, I will say it again. Donald Trump is an asshole, but he may be the asshole we need in this country. Yes, I know I'm going to catch a little bit of flack. Hey, Blazin'! Sorry, I had to. But he's the asshole we need. We could afford things, and we were energy independent, which is awesome because we didn't rely on everybody. I love how the moment Russia invaded Ukraine, our prices had to go up because the second largest supplier of oil in the world, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, and Red, I'm pretty sure you will, we may be the number one. So that's why energy costs went up worldwide because Russia invaded Ukraine, and it's like shouldn't affect us if we left that pipeline alone. And yes, there are some potential negatives with anything. There you go. Now I gotta look that up 'cause I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty badass, Red. Oh. Oh my god, someone made a gun from Halo. Real? Oh, let's see pictures or it didn't happen. Oh, you know what, dude? I am right there with you. Now I want one too. So one of the things that kind of bothered me is nobody's willing to research or learn on their own anymore. Everybody wants the world to do the research for them and just jump on board the first thought that seems logical to them. Well, the major problem is without doing your proper research, guess what? That is absolutely correct. You form an opinion that may be wrong based upon statements that are not quite factual. And that's what drives me, and I know my cousin nuts, is that you look and you're like, what the holy hell? Look, yes, Trump has done some bad things. When he used the grab him by the pussy line, I was mortified by that too because that's something we all want to say, but we shouldn't. And in his position, he should not either. But that does not necessarily mean that he's unqualified to be the president. Quite frankly, the bitch that he's up against should not be able to run a 7-Eleven because I don't trust her. I really don't. I have a hard time trusting Kamala Harris when, as a senator, she was a part of 164 different bills that tried to go into law either in California or nationally. I don't remember where. And she is over 164. She is that hated that even people, her constituents, would not vote for anything that had her name on it. Anybody want to help me out here? Anybody want to help me figure out why? Yeah, and she does actually. Um, how someone that despised, how her history is such a negative history of what makes her a candidate for anything in this country. And look, you have the right to vote for whoever you want. I am never in a position to tell anybody how to vote. I am not that guy, and I refuse to be that guy because honestly, there's no reason for it. I'm not in charge of you. I don't think I should be in a position where I should have to tell you, hey, listen to what I say. I'm on air. No, yeah, I'm on air. La di fucking da. But here's the thing too. You gotta understand, people, that Kamala Harris was the border czar of this country. Joe Biden's words. And our border blah, 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 was more open than a 7-Eleven. People are just walking across. And walls. I don't even care about his military history. If you're there for 25 years and you bailed at the last moment, well, whatever. You were there for 25 years. But dude, you're one of the most hated governors Minnesota's ever had, and that's saying something. They had Jesse Ventura. Yeah, no, I have yet to have a problem with monkeypox. I'm not gonna say the joke that I want to, but yeah, there's a off-color joke there if anybody wants to guess. I'll give you 1 second. I'm just typing something. So when you think about it, and you want to really get involved, and you really want to think about what exactly this country needs. This country needs a businessman, and we've already proven that before. If you're not sure, look at what the last businessman who ran this country was. Yes, he doesn't have a filter. Yeah, we'll be quiet. Think about that. Under Donald Trump, I guarantee you the vaccine card mandate would have not been there because it would have been like that bullshit. He was calling COVID a joke from the get go. But the problem was as it was becoming more and more of a potential reality is when all of a sudden he tried to do the presidential thing and he's like, well, we don't really know what's going on here. Joe Biden was the one that did the vaccine mandates, which are stupid because that, yeah. And then to make me have to tell my employer, yeah, that violates HIPAA laws, period. So the more and more you look, listen, I'm not pro Democrat, I'm not pro Republican. Okay. We need, yeah, actually, Blaze, I'm going to take it a step further. We need to start thinking about ourselves. We need to stop thinking about what the world thinks of us. They think we're a joke. If you don't believe me, think about the last 4 years, how many times we watched our commander in chief actually fall downstairs, fall off a park bicycle, trip over air. Reminds me of Eisenhower. We need to go back to thinking about Americans first. Don't bring us your tired and huddled masses unless you want to follow what we do. You want to come here, you become one of us. You do what we do. We don't cater to you. We will respect who you are, but you are one of us. You come and be one of us. AR, my man, my well, one of my favorite people. My wife is still a close second place of my favorite people. But when you think about it, the political divide in this country, you are either extremely for or extremely against. You can't be on the fence. You can't be somewhere in the middle point. You can't just say, if they were to think like X, Y, or Z, you are either a staunch Democrat, a hardcore Republican, you are nothing more than a Trump supporter, blah, 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 blah. How about this? Let's take a step back, guys. Go back to the days where you respected other people's opinions. So what? They don't agree with you. But think of this, okay? As AR said, 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, Democrat, all of them voted against it. Why? They don't want you to have rights. They don't want you to have freedom. What they want is they want control, and they want to do what they want. Look at these last 4 years. Joe Biden wanted to erase student loan. Well, you can't do. You really can't do that. You really can't because you entered into a contract. You said, "Hey, I'm going to pay these back." What there should be regulation saying, "Hey, Navy and Sally Man, all you other guys, guess what? You need to get this under control. Lower interest rate and make it to where if somebody doesn't pay on college loans 25 times more than what they got out of it in the first place. If I take out if I take a $20,000 college loan, I shouldn't pay you back 50. I should pay you 25, 30. If I'm paying you twice what that loan was worth, maybe you're the problem, not me. I'm I'm trained as a computer aided drafting and designer. I've never been behind a computer because the economy crashed exactly at the point where I was graduating. There were no jobs available. Now everybody wants 5 years of experience. I have one, but we have to start thinking about Americans. Think about what we're doing to them, our homeless, our military vets that are homeless. We got to start thinking. Okay, Antifa is a bunch of kids from the suburbs who want to act gangster. And I may be releasing a new shirt pretty soon that says Black Squirrel Lives Matter because I'm tired of seeing people run them over in the middle of the road that are fucking racist. Um, but am I the only one that looks at Antifa like, oh, you're cute. Come here, Tyler. It's like, come on, man. Uh, and here's the thing too that I never got a chance to when Scott's on, and I love him to death for it. But when I go to try to make a counterpoint to something, he knows more about this ins and outs of things. When it came down to January 6th, something told me the Democrats did more of that bullshit than the Republicans. That's why, it was funny. We're going to impeach you for this. We have a star witness. Not that we're going to let them testify. Yeah, I did. That was funny as hell. And by the way, you ever notice when you go up on Antifa and they can actually look at you face to face, they don't do anything. They like to hit it and run. And Black Lives Matter, listen, never once did I ever believe that Black Lives Matter actually cared about Black lives. AR, absolutely not. Here's the even funnier part, and AR, you're absolutely okay, Red. You made me work way too hard to read that. All right, Blazing. You brought it up. I'm gonna give you my whole stance on this. I'm not pro it, and I'm not against it. And I know it's weird because you either are, and the vaccine or non-vaccine became this generation abortion debate. But hear me out. As a man, I have no right to tell a woman how to treat her body or what to do with it. I am not a woman. I do not have female parts. I identify because I am a man. So let's say you get knocked up. All right. There are reasons why I would immediately say, hey, look, you should get one. Number one, if it's the same gene pool. Number two, if it was never supposed to happen in the first place. But even then, it's like moral debate comes into play. Number three is if they tell you this baby's going to kill you or die immediately, there would be a conversation that should be had, but the ultimate deciding factor should be you. Because it is your body, you would have to deal with whatever ramifications of that abortion happening. No man in any way, shape, or form should ever tell a woman how to treat their body, and if they do, they're a fucking moron. Exactly, Blazing. I'm with you on that one. Now, mind you, let's just say you get knocked up, and I tell you, hey, Blazing, get an abortion. You're not, you don't, not that I'm saying it, but maybe because there's A, B, or C that I'm thinking of. Well, you have the right to say no. It is your body. You have to deal with whatever happens, the outcome of doing it or not doing it. I just don't think that there should be a yes. And Blazing, I'm going to take it a step further. I believe too. Let's say you want to get one, and I say, hey, why don't you keep it the term? There should be a way of you signing over any parental rights. Let's say I'm the father. You should sign over the parental rights to me and saying, hey, you wanted the baby. It's you. I have nothing to do with it. You can't come after me for child support, anything. I am washing my hands of this child. I think that would be fair. So then it's not me forcing you to or not to. Now it's me saying, hey, if you don't, and you're saying, well, if I don't, you're taking care of it alone. I'm not going to bother with it. I think it would be fair. But I think it should be a conversation from a man's side more than me telling you no. If you want to get one bad enough, Blazing, there's nothing in the world that I can tell you that is going to make you not do it. You're either going to do it when I'm not there, or you're going to do something to terminate it one way or the other. And either way is going to be dangerous for you and the baby if you do something to intentionally end that pregnancy that could be dangerous or potentially life threatening to you. Yeah, I do believe that because if I'm telling you, no, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, you should say, well, that's going to be your 18-year headache. And I think that it would be fair because that way now I'm sitting there going, well, she really doesn't want this. Well, do I have the ability to take care of an infant? Am I in a position to potentially take care of an infant, take care of a child? Can I support this child? Now, if the answer no, and you still don't want them to do it, be like, well, we'll put the child up for adoption. At least then that baby will go to a home that can take care of it more than likely. But see, that's the hard part about abortion because if you really want to get one, Blazing, and I tell you no, there's nothing stopping you from getting one the right way or doing it the wrong way. And if I tell you to get one, there's no way, and you don't, well, that's not right to you either. And you, you're damn straight. We need to teach people to think with the upper head, not the lower one, and that's what a lot of people nowadays are. There are so many people out there with multiple baby mamas and daddies that you just sit there and you're like, "This ain't the way it's supposed to be." We're supposed to teach our kids that, sex is between people who either love each other or wanna be together, not because you can't control yourself. That's what porn is for. and that's where it kinda gets me right now because it's like, look, you shouldn't hit it to hit it. You should just well, you need to do more thinking with the upper level because, eventually they're gonna catch up to you. They're gonna come after you for child support. I will say this, and I don't know if I said it on air. I'm gonna say it on air today. I, in a sense, got lucky when my parents divorced that my dad was a stand-up guy. He's still in to this day. But what he did was he had 3 kids before he was 21. He had a set of twins, one with a birth defect, and within a year and a half apart. So he was 21 with 3 kids, never had a full-time job, and it's not that he wasn't working. He was in construction, so he did a lot of seasonal work because when it got cold, but he always paid my mom. He originally was going through the court, but the court screwed up one time, and my mom's like, "No, I don't trust you guys. I trust him more," pointing to my dad, and my dad paid her directly through the continuation of the 13 years that, he gave child support to my mom. But there are too many people that see a way out. They hit it, they disappear when they find out that that child is theirs. And you're right too, Leo. Eric. Sorry, I got distracted by a shiny object. That's me, abnormal. And you're right, kids are raising themselves because the people who are having these children are in no way, shape, or form. Well, not all of them, but a good portion of them are in no way, shape, or form able to care for children. A child alone, but children plural, they're not capable of doing. They don't have the skill set because they may have came from that same style broken home where mom did all the work and dad was never there. And the problem we have, and you're right, kids are raising themselves, or we're putting more of a burden on older sibling to do the work of a father instead of letting that older sibling be a child. I have 2 wonderful kids. I love them to death. I got a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old, and my 14-year-old comes in handy when it comes down to the toddler because the toddler sees one closer to him more than his parents, and that's the one they're going to relate to the most. But we have a multifamily household, and AR, I know you can confirm this, but a lot of problem we have nowadays is there's not a two-parent household anymore, and that's our problem. You know, we have a problem where uh, we continuously say, "Hey guys, listen, our kids should be." Oh yeah, me too. Our kids should be kids, and we should teach our kids how to be better than what we are. That's what I do. I teach my kids to, respect women. Give me one sec, cause I'm being messaged. No, I'm just making sure I sent it. Give me one sec. Guys, I'm in the middle of a thought, but give me one moment because I want to make sure I respond to this. So yeah, okay, sorry guys. Catching up on some stuff too, doing 21 different things. There's a spider in a web. All right. So, but the main thing is I believe in a two-parent household. I believe that that is what raises children right because boys need mom and dad, girls need mom and dad. They need to see the family dynamic. They need to see the fact that these kids are that mom and dad can work together. They can talk. They may have their problems, but they can talk. They work together, and next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Everything is copacetic, and everybody's happy. The main problem is when you have a one-parent household and dad is absent or mom isn't there, you lose that dynamic. You lose that ability to see. Now, when my parents divorced, my dad was lucky, he found my stepmom, and my mom found my stepfather. That is great. It worked out perfect. Doesn't always do that. Don't think I'm a fan of divorce. But when you really break it down, guys, we need two parent household. We need the strength of dad. We need everybody to be on the same page. And the reason why is we have to be able to stand here as a group and say, we need dad to be more of that discipline, mom to be that love, but dad to be loving too. Dad doesn't just have to be the tough guy at all times. He doesn't have to be that guy that stands there and screams. He can be the fun guy. He can get there on the floor, play with Legos, tickle the kids, have fun. But he's usually the disciplinarian. He's the tough one. He's the one that's going to tell you he's going to beat your ass. And having mom there, mom is an unconditional love. She's just there to smother you with hugs and kisses. They're there usually to be that person that gosh, I love it when people talk to me when I'm live. So yeah, being a single parent is my mom did it for a while too, before her and my stepfather married. So just wanted to make sure that, my parent well, I mean, trust me, my parents weren't either. They weren't the huggy, huggy, lovey, lovey. They were do this right, and they taught me right from wrong. I knew they loved me without a shadow of a doubt. I knew that there was never a question. There was never a doubt in my mind that my parents loved me, and either side, my mom, my dad, my stepmother, my stepfather. I knew that they loved me in different. Yeah, he's over at a friend's house. Been hanging out with them and enjoying the little bit of summertime that he has left before he goes to school starting next week. I'm ecstatic. He starts high school, and I'm so proud of him. I tell him that all the time. He restarted karate. He jumped right in like he hadn't missed about 4 years of karate. Um, yeah, school. I mean, parents. I grew up in the '80s, Blaze, and I'm assuming you're right in that same line as me. Yeah, I know, fresh meat. We get see when I was in high school and we got freshmen, they'd come and ask you for directions on how to get to class A, B, C, or D, and usually I would direct them to the wrong end of the building, but that's just me. But so I'm Blazing, I'm assuming you're, around my age, late 30s, early to mid 40s. I'm not guessing age. A smart man doesn't do that. When I worked at Six Flags, they put me on that game where you can either guess their weight, their age, or I think it was their birth month. But they got to choose for me. And so um, one day, this really, really, really hefty lady came over and she's like, "Guess my weight," and I just went, "Fuck." I looked her dead in the eye and I'm like, 210. Don't even get on the scale. Just take the prize. Had a lady come up to me, mid 80s at least. Like you could tell she was definitely way more advanced. And I'm gonna go. Comes up to me and she's like, "Okay, young man, you're gonna guess my age." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna give her a prize too because there's no way in hell I'm shouting out that number." So I looked her dead in the eye and I went, 53. And she goes, "That made my day, but you're way off." Um, so I never want to guess women's height, women weight or age. To me, that no. And Blazing, you're only 2 years older than me, maybe less. So yeah, we're in that same boat. So our parents didn't necessarily need to give us the huggy, huggy, lovey, lovey because we knew they loved us because they kept us alive. But there was some tough love in there. There was probably some physical discipline reminding you of who's boss and what not to do and all that other stuff. So then it's like, well, thanks, Red. That makes me feel real young. Thank you, buddy. I love you too. So yeah, no, we grew up in a different time where we didn't have that nice parenting. And I'm sorry, people keep nobody ever talks to me until, of course, I start talking live. So, guys, I really plan on just being here for like 10 minutes to hype up tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're gonna talk about those coworkers that make you just scratch your head. In our show, aptly, properly, and always lovingly titled, "Ever had a coworker that because we're going to be talking about those guys, those coworkers that really make you just scratch your head and make you absolutely question everything you've ever learned in life that was right. Oh, Blazing, I can guarantee you I know that exact line. Don't make me give you a reason to cry, or don't make me give you a reason. Yeah, like keep crying, or I'll give you a reason, and you're like, wait, I'm crying for that reason. But we also learned how to be really good actors, and we learned how to be really good at making it look like it was the worst thing ever. Um, my stepfather had his way. Blazing, I don't know you very well, but I'm pretty sure I doubt that statement very highly. I'm not sure they would beat you, but I'm pretty sure the word goody two shoes may not come into play. Oh no, I was a dumb one. I kind of figured I would skirt the policies and no. I always joke, Mom, I love you. But I absolutely have always stated in a very loud voice that my mom could make a terrorist talk. They'd be like, I am not talking to you. And my mom would be like, what? Come, I show you. Yeah, no, I would probably be right there. I would probably get the Mo from the Three Stooges haircut and just be joining you right in the bottom of the pit there, dude. So when you guys think about it, guys, I think to fix this country, all we need is to simplify and just start thinking about ourselves. The rest of the world can go fuck themselves until we fix our shit. But that's just me. But hey, tomorrow night we have an awesome show. I haven't really scripted it out. I don't have many. I don't probably have any videos. Probably find some workplace failures. 'Cause, there's a lot of those. But guys, I'm gonna get going because I gotta finish, and I've been behind my computer way too long. And I guarantee when I stand up, I'm going to sound like a Rice Krispie. So, guys, I love you. We love you. Here at the OTPH show, we can't get enough of you. You guys keep showing up time and time and time again, making the show fun and exciting, making us work harder to be the absolutely best show that we can because you guys deserve it, and we love you guys for that. You guys, we will talk to you. Remember, go to DaveLogoApparel.com. If you can't find what you like, trust me, you contact me. I will give you exactly what you like, even if you didn't think you were going to like it in the first place. Guys, have a great night from the OTPH show. I'm David Mason. We love you.